much for coming back. In today's video, I am going to do a little self-talk about body image. You probably have noticed that we have changed the banner at the top, Quantum Leap into Your Own Body Image. You know that the latest thought of the day is the law of attraction, the law of manifestation. And I believe that every law of the universe has built within itself a point of attraction. I don't believe there's only one law of attraction. I think life itself is created to attract. You see, the universe always gives. It's very generous and it gives. And it's also open to receive, meaning what I send out, the universe receives. What I get back, it's what it gives to me. So I give to the universe and the universe gives back to me. And that's what you call law of attraction. What you put out comes back. So now it comes down to what is it that we're actually putting out. We're not talking about the energy of the body. I have to go and work and I have to do the exercise and I have to do this. The body only acts according to the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind acts according to what the conscious has put in it. So the conscious mind now accepts thoughts from the outside. If we hear thoughts such as, oh, you're never going to lose weight, and those might be your thoughts or your friend's thoughts. Oh, you've tried this, maybe you should give up. Oh, why don't you try this diet? So you have outside thoughts and internal thoughts. You have to learn to dismiss and replace. Meaning you have to dismiss what is not in alignment with that which you want to receive back. So if your body image is the one of looking toned and slim, that's the image you have to put out. That means that's the image you have to hold in your mind on a constant basis. And whatever comes against it, meaning other people's opinions, other people's thoughts, whatever comes against that, or even your own thoughts, you have to learn to dismiss and replace. That's the work that we have to do. Because what we put out, remember, the universe gives back. And you might say, well, how does this apply to my body? Okay, you make it sound as if only material things come into our life. When you think about your body in a certain way, intuition comes back and it's going to lead you to do the right exercises, to eat the right food, exactly for your metabolism. So not everything, not every diet, not every fitness guru, not everybody out there is right for you, because you may run on their treadmill for a while and then fall back. You see, as long as they're there in front of you, you're going to keep running and do what they do. The reality is, what happens if they're stopping their YouTube channel? What if all the YouTube channels were stopped right now with fitness and you were on your own? What would you do? Who would you rely on? The reality is that nobody outside of you exists but you. So what I would encourage you to think about is you and the laws. Develop a relationship of love between you and the laws. These laws are built within you already. So develop a relationship, a loving relationship between what is it that you're putting out in the universe and what comes back. Because what you put out, if you put out an exact image of that which you want, you are going to be walking into, so you're putting it out, you throw it out there, and then your body walks towards it. And your desire works towards you. Your ideal body image works towards you in the form of ideas, in the form of solutions, in the form of a certain fitness guru, in the form of a diet, in the form of who knows what, okay? So I'm going to share a story of one of my friends, but his daughter developed a tumor in her abdomen, and I think it was about 8 pounds. Everybody thought that at 17 she was pregnant. And her spine was not curved. It affected her digestion. It affected so much in her body, her self-esteem, so her self-image. And she decided one day that she was going to use the law of attraction to get rid of it. And what did she do? Well, she took promises from theology, and she kept saying those things over and over again every day in the course of 30 days. 2 weeks into it, her father goes up to her and he prays over her that that tumor would be removed completely, but nothing happens after the prayer. It was only 2 weeks later that she wakes up in the morning and that tumor was completely gone. Her spine had her curve. She lost, I don't know how many inches in her waist, but that tumor was completely dissolved. What does that mean? Well, according to Dr. Joe Dispenza, it means that you can eliminate your diseases out of your body. Tumors can be eliminated and dissolved. They came from nothing and they go back to nothing. Truly what they came out of were thoughts that have built up in our bodies. And so the moment we replace those thoughts, right, we dismiss and replace with other thoughts, guess what happens? The universe has to give you that which you put out. And so she put out promises of health, believing that she's already healthy. And the universe had to say, oh, it sounds like she's healthy. So here's an image of her being healthy. So you can lose weight in that same way as well. You can imagine your pounds melting off of you. You can imagine your arms being toned. And you must have a burning desire in order to do that. You must have a burning desire. But desire does not mean you have a burning desire to put yourself down. If your desire is to put yourself down, to misjudge yourself, to not love yourself, to be very harsh with yourself, very angry, and use the will against you, to do things by force, then it's not going to work, because the universe doesn't work by force. Plants don't grow by force. Trees don't go green, and they don't fall, allow the leaves to fall by force. You could see it just falls away. It's a natural progression. And so your body has to have a natural progression, the law of gestation. The moment you begin to imagine and to see your body in the ideal image, that is when the universe begins to put these pictures together. As you put them in your mind together, the universe puts them together out there for you. You are the creator. You put the image of you together. So whatever part of your body you don't like, I want you to begin to paint it. I want you to erase that, to dismiss it, and to replace it with a new image. Literally and completely. It's just as simple as that. So I'm going to tell you what that looks like. This was more than a year ago, but I wanted to live in a specific home, and someone encouraged me to build my home, to create my home in my mind. And I did not know how to begin, and so what did I do? I started in the kitchen. And I remember in my mind thinking, okay, well, I know I want a big island, I want big windows. And each time I allowed myself to see or to decide on what I wanted, I felt as if I was stretching myself, right? I felt like my mind, it was taking territory. I felt tempted to stay in one place and not extend, because I thought, well, what's the possibility of this coming into my life? But nonetheless, I saw 2 big windows and a big island. And then I began to look at the island and I said, okay, what would the color of my island be? I began to be very specific. And I said, well, there is a beige color with brown. I said, well, that's very ordinary. Then I moved into black. I remember pictures in my mind. In fact, a picture of black countertop with white cabinets flashed in my mind, and I said, no. I said, that would make the kitchen too dark, too drastic, black and white. I said, no. And the next picture, guess what came? You see, this was digging up. I was digging within myself to get to the desire, okay? I was digging into myself to get the desire, my true desire. My true desire was Carrara marble or Calcutta marble. And that is when I did not allow myself to stretch myself, meaning I did not go for what I wanted, and I went for what I thought I can get. So what did I do? I dismissed my own desire. You can dismiss your ideal image, your body image, okay? As you get into your mind to that image, you might dismiss it and say, what's the likelihood of that happening? Well, the likelihood is very, very high, because the law of attraction says what you put out is what you get. So what did I do? Not believing that I can receive what I truly wanted, I've settled for, and I remember thinking, well, I see this gray, and it looked like 1 foot by 1 foot, and I remember with my imaginary hand, I was rubbing the countertop. And it was as if, wow, yeah, this is it. And I fell asleep. Well, 2 weeks later, I've met my partner, and we entered into a relationship. And a few months down the road, I was looking at some pictures of the kitchen, and immediately that countertop jumped into my vision as if to wake me up. And I said, where did I see this picture? Where did I see this picture? And that's when it was reminded to me that what I have put in my mind, what I have put into the universe, came into my life. I put that out. It was set in place. Now my body had to take some action when I met my relationship partner 2 weeks later. So it did not take long for that to come into my reality. Your body image will not take long for it to take reality. What you have to do is believe. Not believe in your ability, because you can't. You don't know how. Your conscious mind cannot devise solutions because that's not its purpose. Your subconscious mind comes up with solutions, okay? And so I cannot say that you're going to wake up one morning and your arms are going to be toned. Perhaps if you see yourself working out and seeing your muscles toned, that might happen because Joe Dispenza talks about it. But what I'm saying is you can have a quantum leap. Now, I could have worked for years and years and years to purchase a home that had that specific size island, those big windows, lighted room, this and that. I could have worked an entire life to have those things, to have that island. And you might work for a whole entire year to try to lose weight, and you might not be able to lose weight. Why is that? Because if you don't work with the laws of the universe, you work against them. And if you work against them, you're never going to get to where you want to go. You're never going to have the body image that you want to have. So what is the conclusion out of all of this? Is this: fall in love with the laws of the universe. Understand that what you put out is as if you're throwing a stone. And as you throw that stone, it's set in place, and then your body has to walk and pick up that stone. So it's interesting. If you throw stones at yourself now, think about it. If you throw stones of I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, somebody else is going to pick up those stones you threw out and they're going to throw them back at you. That's the reality. That is what comes down to. In fact, in relationships, that's what happens. We begin to think of ourselves unworthy, and then we meet someone that makes us feel unworthy because we threw those bricks out and somebody picked them up and says, oh, did you drop something, right? And they just throw it back at us. And that's when we understand, looking back, connecting the dots, oh, I have been thinking of myself of not being worthy and not good enough. And so somebody had picked up those thoughts and brought them back into my life. You can change anything. You can change your relationship. You can change your body image. So what is my encouragement to you today? Obviously, we did not work out, but I'm going to do a video next from here, and we're going to work out. My encouragement to you is this. You can make a quantum leap and you can have anything you want, but you've got to know exactly what it is you want, okay? That means you can't go back and forth, because if you go between the problem and solution, the universe is confused, okay? You're going to have people that want to be with you or don't want to be with you, people that think you're pretty and people that think you're not pretty. You attract according with that which you hold within. You are a powerhouse. You are an explosive ready to explode, and you explode each time you send thoughts out about yourself or about what you want. It all comes down to you. You must love yourself enough, and you must understand we draw conclusions only out of two places: out of the present circumstance and say, well, I'm fat and I'm ugly, or from imagination that says I'm pretty and I look amazing. Where do you draw conclusions from? What ideas are you holding on to? There's only two places our reasoning mind draws conclusions, right? From the present circumstances I am today, but remember, your body's in the present situation means it has been manifested. This is what you keep manifesting. So now what is it that I want to manifest next? This is when you go into imagination, see yourself in a different way, and now you draw a conclusion out of there or an idea and say, I am beautiful and my body is toned. And that's what I encourage you to do when we do the exercises and we lay down and we take 5 to 10 second breaks. I encourage you to draw that conclusion from the fourth dimension, from your ideal self. Draw that conclusion and see it, okay? So this is 14 minutes in. I'm going to let you go. Come back and check the next video. We're going to do the ab workout. So I'll see you very soon.